Like losing to a team that we think is worse than us is always disappointing and a little embarrassing.
Avant get the ace, 17 kills to 3. It's an absolute whitewash. And they're going to end the base. They're going to end the game, rather, of a successful team fight in convincing fashion. 25.
Yeah, it'll be interesting versing Avant, and we need our revenge. So yeah, hopefully we get the win.
Chiefs is another game to prove ourselves. It's to like prove that the last week Legacy Penta wasn't just a fluke and that we're actually an insane team. And I want to beat Chiefs. I want to get it to 0 and make other teams be scared of us. If we go into form and we start smurfing, like, we'll be near unbeatable. Good luck to everyone else. I'd say like our previous performance in the start of the split was like largely mental. I think our mental was really poor, and then as soon as we turned that around and got into the right mindset, we started winning games, started performing better. I like handle the pressure well, and I like go into games. I'm always switched on. I have like this killer mindset that last year I always aspired to have but never could have. So like I never panicked in game. I always felt in control, and I was like I know I will perform, I know I will smurf on these players and that we will win the game. So I was never panicked.
Thien's been tweeting a lot about DOS' Sion, and he's saying that like he should never give Sion to DOS. So they'll ban it, 100%. Probably Nid as well, because Croc's probably scared of Jordan. Just kidding, but yeah.
Yeah, and Ayla, I think, is actually one of the unsung heroes of Water Skirmish. Coming across, not going to find anything, however. And as you mentioned, that Renekton starting to get a little bit beefy. Oh.
No words.
Skimmy. No words needed.
We'll have that flash, so we've got the disengage potential. Going to start off first of all the clone, and we'll juke them to great effect. Will the arrow coming out? This time it connects. Next going to start him for a fair bit of time. This should spell disaster, and that should spell defeat. He knows it. He's not going to burn any summoners. It's on their terms. Both members get knocked up. It's going to be the Bruiser boys that look to try and start this and look to end it as Tien will eventually fall down once again. These stopwatches come out time and time again. A 3-man tempered fades. Ayla's smurfing and swiper deleting as he dashes on in and claps them with the axe from afar.
This might just one end.
They're looking for that first kill. Oh, the 2-man binding. Dirty, dirty performance, and Ayla continues to impress with the Meep squad.
See whether this time they can play it a little bit more patient, because they're going to need to.
This next turret is going to fall on down. Second in their sights, Draku fishing for an ultimate to try and use as he goes in there with a Hex Slash.
In they
That's
go.
a clone! The whole of order go up into the air. Tempered Fate will zone out Kitsuri for such a long time, but the Elder buff is disgusting. And they get evaporated in mere moments. They hit that threshold, they hit that moment of their health bars, and that is Order getting the ace and beating the Chiefs for the first time this year.
Yeah, I think since we have 3 ex-Chiefs and we've never beat them this year, I think all the boys wanted to win those Chiefs very badly, and we did. Yeah, it's a really good feeling beating the top teams. It was very meaningful win. We're actually in a really good spot to end first, possibly. So yeah, we just have to work hard.
I think for the Chiefs game, definitely we were the ones in control, even though it was like a back and forth game. For the most part, we were like the ones aggressing and like making the plays and dictating the pace of the game. So that game I felt really in control of, and it felt good to play. But for the Vant one, while like in hindsight, we were actually like up gold and we got a lot of Barons. We were in a not too bad of a spot. I think in game, a lot of people were stressed, myself included, and it definitely did not feel as if we were like in total control. It was more of a back and forth where both of us and Avant like traded blows, and like both of us took proactive plays and then reacted to other. And yeah, it was really close, but I'm glad we won.
The final game here for week number 6, guys. Order on the blue side, Avant on the reds. Each game representing so much more than just the result on its own, but as to who is the strongest in the league right now, who can make themselves find the most desirable spot going into those all-important playoffs. This will be Order looking for back-to-back 2-0s, but previous skirmish. But I'm not going to change the outcome. That he continues to do a ton of damage. Going to run him down in this lane. Hits him with the cannon. He's going to flash on forward. He's going to hit him with the knockout. He just does it. He just does it as clean as he said. Look, who cares about junglers? Here's the white flag. Let's see what happens here, because Harry has called out a situation. He's supposed to try and disengage away from that one. That's going to be a big dive, disengage. Ayla looks to try and force some focus. They're going to find a shutdown. They've got Gunkrab locked in their sights. This is big right now. That's a triple kill they can achieve. That's going to be a quadra kill. Not a single member of Order dying. Eye that away, but they're going to have the full squad back up and alive. That's going to be Order dashing on it. He steals it. Buster Buff, he secures them. Now can he... In one cohesive spot. Ayla's on his own, going to slam dunk 4 members in. Will the arrow connect? Will this time Shockwave has to be smurfed? It connects, and it means at least the denial on the lantern is absolutely huge. Ayla, stop it. He continues to impress. There's a double kill for the Scion.
He did definitely get the kickoff, luckily just before the knockdown ultimate came out. Nice hook Shockwave.
3-man Shockwave. Harry does it again. He's huge. The shutdown comes across though. That's all he's going to get at this stage of the fight. Now can he get out? Or will he look for the fight regardless? Ayla with a 2-man knockout, looking them all in place. And the Shockwave to connect afterwards. The fight looks so good. Swiper. He's a man on a mission. He has armor, but he has damage as well. And they continue. Locker comes in. Slam dunk on top 4. Shockwave. How insane is this man right now? Harry's showing up the goods. That could be a game-winning fight. Back-to-back duos here for Order. It's looking the goods. Only Chaz remains. Back-to-back 2-0s. The team to beat. The team to keep your eyes on.
I think both games were very messy, but I think we can look at like team fights, we can look at macro, and we can just like, I think the macro parts were pretty good overall, but we just need to look at our fundamentals and just work from there. There was a lot of pressure in me, but like I also used that to perform better, and it was kind of like adrenaline, I guess. I was just pumped up and excited like throughout most of the game. Result-wise, wins the win, and we take this.
4 brilliant veggies.
You can like put a good argument that we are one of the best teams, but until we beat Direwolves, I think they're the last contesting team for us. Until then, I don't think we can be like undisputed best team in those.
We have a lot of confidence and momentum built up now, and like since the other teams are getting shaky, I believe that we're in a very good spot right now. So we just need to keep it up, and if you beat Direwolves, it would mean a possible chance of ending first next week. So that's also very exciting. So hopefully we can get a 2-0.